So you like the color green, huh? Well, let me show you how to paint some forest bases with our epic basing bits. So, of course, we're going to start with a nice thorough coat of black primer and then applying a directional light with our white primer. And since our theme is green, of course, we're going to start with a warm yellow green, and then we're going to come in and hit the undersides with a darker green. And that's as far as I want to go on the airbrushing for this one, so all I'm going to do now is just hit some of those undersides of the leaves where the airbrush missed, and then I'm going to do a nice wash coat of a darker green over the leaves. Then we're going to start blocking in our ground color, and I'm using a diluted paint here. Again, I want to keep things fairly transparent because I don't want to get rid of all the green in that underpainting, but we're working in some different tones of brown here and letting that just sink in. We're going to start with our darker brown as the first coat on the wood and then layering our golden brown on top of that. Again, keeping things fairly transparent as we highlight things up, not trying to eliminate all the green. And to get this highlight color, we just added in a little bit of off-white or cream to the previous wood mixture. All right, now it's time to base coat some mushrooms. So we're starting off here with a warm mid-gray, again applying that all over the mushrooms as a base coat, and then we're gradually highlighting that up by mixing in some Titan Buff, which is just an off-white color that you're going to see me using a lot. And then for the final highlights, just using some titanium white, carefully picking out the most upward facing parts of those mushrooms and carefully defining their edges. Now I'm going back and highlighting the ground a little bit more, and again, this isn't really quite dry brushing, but I am holding my brush kind of perpendicular to the ground so that I'm only hitting those raised edges. All right, are we gonna finally start painting some leaves? Yes, we are. We're gonna work back our mid-tones with our grass green because we lost a little bit of them by doing that initial dark wash. So again, I'm focusing on the upward facing surfaces here and just trying to bring some of that brightness back. And then for our final highlights, we're taking some ice yellow and mixing it into that grass green. And this one is going to be mostly focused on the edge of the leaves. And secret tip, you want to hit the middle part of those leaves too. That's going to do a lot to bring the feeling of brightness towards the inner part of the leaf. And I find this just really helps make them shine. And as we finish up these highlights, you can really see that contrast starting to come together. All right, now for the final stage, we're going to take some of our green and wash it into the ground. I think one of the trickiest things is making sure that the different parts of your base don't feel too separated. So taking some of the color and kind of dispersing it between the different elements really helps that sense of cohesion. And of course, our final step, a nicely painted black base rim. And damn, that's looking good. That's looking green. That's looking foresty fresh.